Hello, this is Patrick. Welcome to Chart Built Wealth, profitable investing with technical analysis. Well, it's been a great week for the buy recommendations. Of course, they all didn't go up, but the ones that did went up very, very large. So let's get into it. This is one that didn't go very well, and this is the S&P 500 this week up 1.6%. So not too big. And um, clearing a big round number 6,000, which sometimes can mark a top as they kind of stretch to try to get there. There's a lot of uh, short-term money flow that will buy certain options that have round numbers. So anyway, I'm going to maintain my bearish rating. I know that sounds kind of crazy at this point, but I am. On the short-term charts, I'm seeing negative divergences on a short-term basis. And, being a Friday, I would say that this is going to be on light volume. So I don't think we really know. If you think the economic numbers were good, the employment number was less than it was more than expected, or the new job, let's see, how was that? There was the new jobless claims, and the new jobless claims were less than expected by like 10,000. A lot of the times, even during the Biden administration, these numbers were fudged. And then what happens is they get revised the next month. And in this case, April's numbers got revised higher. So, you can't put a lot of weight into it. And I don't really, it wasn't like, there were, you know, uh, 50,000 less jobless claims. It was a very minimal amount. It was just that it was less than expected. So that's enough said on that. We still have our big negative divergences. And again, I'm not on the right side of this, obviously, right now, but I'm not throwing in the towel because of what I see on a short-term basis. So still bearish. Seasonality suggests the market declines here, but again, that is just a tendency, but I did want to point that out. Here's a big winner, platinum, up 10% this week. Last week, probably up the same amount. And you'll remember when, here's where we went bullish. You can remember that I said because of the size of the pattern, when this breaks out, it's going to break out really, really fast and quickly, and it'd be too late to get involved in it. Well, that's exactly what's happened. So what was I doing the last few days? I was selling a little bit. So if we have a couple of down, actually earlier in the week, we had a couple of down days and I was buying on that dip, and now I'm selling those shares. So that's kind of my tactic on it, and it seems to work. So anyway, this is a home run. Now, you don't get things up 10% in a week very often. So um, let's go to copper. Copper had a great week until today, and now it's trying to give all that back. But it's still up 3%, still up, double what the S&P 500 is up, even after a bad day today. And, technically we're above the resistance line of this big ascending triangle. What I don't like about today is that, this is a shooting star, as the Japanese candlestick people would phrase it. And you can also see we had one here, which showed us, which ended to a retracement. So I'm very bullish. I still think the action is good. I don't like this weekly candle. These are candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks. But again, what was I doing the last few days? I was selling some shares. And so it's down today. So what am I doing? I'm buying some of those shares back. Not a lot, because I don't like this candle. but I did buy some back, and then if we have another down uh, down day or two, I will be buying more aggressively. So again, I'm just selling, just touching it, selling a few shares every day when you get these spikes up. Still a bullish week. Silver had again a great week, up 9%. Again, you don't get this very often. And you can see this big pattern breakout. The price projection 64. What have I been doing this week? I've been selling every day, selling a small amount. And on a short-term basis, it's definitely overbought. Would not be surprised to see it down next week. But these are home runs. I don't know any other guy on the internet that follows stocks and commodities and bonds and the whole works and is giving you these recommendations because they're not. They're telling you what Nvidia did today, which is up or down 1%. So I just want to point out that being kind of more of a macro investor has its advantages. And again, these are monster patterns that we're probably never going to see again. So that's why I've been so adamant about buying them. What happened to SIL? SIL is not in here. The silver mining stocks were up more than that. I think they were up like 17, 18%, and that's one of the buy recommendations. My apologies for not having that in here today. Um, they're up just huge. And again, uh, hopefully you were able to participate. And here's Antero Resources, AR. This is one that you had a chance to buy this week. I'd probably buy it now. Last week, this is the one I was talking up, saying, this has a ton of upside, and uh, and we had a pullback in it for a couple of weeks. And you can see we had a couple of down days this week, actually most of the days, and then today it's up 4%. So it's created a bullish hammer here where prices opened at the top intra-week, traded down, and by the end of the week, back to its high of the week, which shows you that there's buyers supporting at these levels. It's a bullish development, and we also have a small possible inverse head and shoulders here with a left, which is a bullish pattern, a left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. And then if we can get a breakout, we'll have a new price projection of 52 just based on this small pattern here, which isn't that small. It's, 6, 7 months in the making. So Antero Resources up 4+% today. Again, this has been a strong recommendation. It's taken a while. It's had some fits and starts, and it's not a sexy name, but sexy names don't make you money. So anyway, I like the price action here. China had a good week, up over 4%. Our market up 1.6% this week. So again, you're getting tons of alpha by owning emerging markets and China in particular. Still looks good. What was I doing this week? Selling a little bit. EXCELON, this has been it's down for the week, down 2.5%. I said a couple of weeks ago and last week that I expected it to retest these lows because on the daily chart we have a bearish rainbow convergence. And for those of you that have watched my channel, you know what that is by now. Uh, it should come down to about 42 and test that and test our stop. And I have not been buying more on this because of that. But if it just nicks the low of this, I'll be buying again. And I said on the last week I was buying XLU instead, the utilities ETF. It's got 100 utility companies in it, and that's actually been up this week. It wasn't a formal recommendation. IEF down 0.75%. What have I been doing this week? I've been buying. I know it's contrarian. Everybody's saying rates are going higher and higher, and I think they are. But I think over the next 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to see interest rates do pretty well. So regardless of all that, we're maintaining our 92 stop, and I was buying. Um, and for cash, we got our T-bill, our 3 month ETF. It was up slightly. It pays a 4.15 dividend that you get a 12th of monthly. And I'm sorry I left out the silver mining stock index because it's had a great week. Thank you for watching Chart Built Wealth, Profitable Investing with Technical Analysis. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Have a great weekend. Don't think about the markets. Adios.